Welcome to Stevie's Kitchen. Tonight, I'm gonna show you how to get a dish done for meal prep wise. That's gonna take about maybe 20, 25 minutes. It's just gonna be a nice baked cod and veggie dish. So I'm gonna make a quick dish because if you're like me or anything, I remember back in my days when I was in the league, like sometimes when you get home, you just don't feel like cooking. And then even now, sometimes I get home and I just don't feel like cooking, or I'm on a time crunch and I just need to get something done really quick and still be delicious and put on the table. This is the recipe for that. So this is just a simple honey lemon butter cod with some sauteed veggies. You're probably asking where's the starch. You can put whatever starch you with it, but honestly, a lot of times I do eat just a lot of veggies and high protein meals to fuel me. I'm not saying eliminate carbs. It's just sometimes this is a meal that is perfectly fine for me. But with this dish, it's very simple. I have 4 tablespoons of melted butter in here already. I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of honey. There you go. And I'm doing the juice of 1 lemon. You know, for me, honestly, this is like one of the most perfect meals to make. You know, it's a little different in my household. My fiance works until about 6 every day. I fortunately get done a little bit earlier than her. But sometimes, you know, even though I'm done and I'm home early, I don't just always feel like cooking. And this is something that I can make for us that takes no time. It's just, turn this the wrong way. That would have been fun. But it's a dish that I can get done in no time. And then whenever she comes through the door, dinner is on the table. And if I want to be lazy and sit on the couch for 3 hours by the time I got home and then just get up real quick and start cooking 30 minutes before she gets there, she comes into a nice hot meal on the table and I look like a superhuman. I'm telling you, something you guys might want to think about. All right, so we're just gonna get a little quick whisk on that. Sauce is already done. So now we're gonna get started with this cod over here. I cut it out into about 6 to 8 ounce portions. I'm just gonna grab this glove just because I don't want the fish smell on my hands. But I brought just some napkins that I am going to dry this fish off with. Place it right down on our parchment paper lined pan. Put over here. So I guess I'll ask this question. Who does the most of the cooking in your house? There's no right or wrong answer. For me, food is what I love, and it's my love language. So I do enjoy my nights. I do get to cook for the family and make them meals, and we can all just sit around and hang out, talk about our day. It's kind of funny, my 3-year-old's kind of programmed to, as soon as he sits down at the table, first thing he asks, Daddy, how was your day? Jackie, how was your day? And it just, with him being 3, it's just something that I'm hoping he sticks with. And I mean, we will stick with it, but just those memories made around the dinner table is what I'm looking forward to with him. So now we're just gonna take that sauce mixture that we had, just kind of come over here, just generously brush it on your fish. So I'm gonna put on some now, and then again when it comes out the oven, we're gonna rebrush it just so that flavor is all in there. So once you got all your fish covered, this is going to go in the oven, 400 degrees, 8 to 10 minutes. Personally, I'll probably keep it closer to 8 just because I know whenever I'm going to reheat this later, I don't want to have it too close to being well done when I pull it out now, because that carryover cooking whenever I heat it up later is going to cook it back through. So I'm going to keep this closer to 8 minutes so I can stick to more of a medium on my fish. Another helpful thing with this dish is what's making this, cutting down a lot of this time. I'm going to use some flash frozen vegetables, which, no shame in my game, should be no shame in your game. You don't always have to use fresh vegetables. You still get all the same nutrients with flash frozen. This has bell peppers, zucchini, broccoli, onions, all the good things. So I got 2 tablespoons of butter in here. Just give a nice, good, generous portion. However much you think you're gonna eat. This is a good amount for me. I have this on kind of a low, medium heat. So all I'm gonna do is just put it all right here. Since it's still frozen a little bit, I'm just gonna add my seasonings to the top of it for right now. I'm not really gonna worry too much about a mixture or mixing up currently at this time. I'm just gonna sprinkle it all over the top. A little sprinkle of salt. And then while this is cooking, I'm just gonna put this lid on it because there's steam that's coming up from the butter that's at the bottom, and some of the frozen veggies are melting a little bit. So I'm just gonna lid it so it can steam. And then in about 2 or 3 minutes, I'm gonna come back, stir it all up, and then we'll get to our cooking. So now after we lidded them for just a little bit, now this will get our stir. Now that they've softened up and they're easier to stir now. And now you can mix them around and all that seasoning will still incorporate. And I'll say the one thing about cooking frozen vegetables, you don't want to overcook them. If you let them sit in this for too long, they're going to get all mushy. And I like a little bit of texture with my vegetable. So now that this time is actually done, I'm actually going to take this off the heat and just put the lid back on for another couple minutes, and then they'll be ready to go. Our fish just came out the oven, so we're about ready to plate this. So now that our fish is out the oven, just like I promised, we're gonna go on one more time with that sauce. 8 minutes in the oven, a little bit of brush with your lemon honey butter sauce. Frozen veggies cooked, steamed for about five minutes or so. Cooked. Meal's ready, less than 20 minutes for sure. This is a quick staple that you can get meal prep out of, or even a quick night meal if you want to cook as you eat and because you don't like meal prep. Either way, this meal will get you done under 20 minutes and you'll be full. All right, I'm gonna get in here for this taste test. I'm gonna taste these individually at first. Cod's cooked perfectly, nice and flaky. You get all the flavors of that sauce. Like, as simple as it is, it comes through. That's the beauty of cod. Cod will absorb whatever flavor you put on it. Now I was going for the veggies. Honestly, by just kind of like bringing these to temperature and letting them get warm all the way through and not overcooking them, you still get the freshness of that squash I just bit. Tastes like a squash I just cut up. Full of flavor. This meal, less than 15, 20 minutes for sure. Perfect thing. Perfect meal prep. Perfect go-to on a quick night to eat.